You step out in the morning, and the yard looks almost the same as yesterday. The feeder is full. The bird bath still has water. The porch rail, the kitchen window, the wooden fence, the oak tree at the back of the lawn. Nothing seems broken. Nothing seems loud. Nothing seems dangerous. And yet, the usual movement is gone. No chickadees darting in and out. No house finches arguing over the perch. No flash of red from a northern cardinal near the shrubs. The feeder hangs there, heavy with seed, like an invitation nobody trusts anymore. At first, it feels as if the birds simply disappeared. Maybe they found food somewhere else. Maybe the weather shifted. Maybe they are just late. But the longer the yard stays quiet, the stranger it gets. A blue jay calls far off, then stops. A robin crosses the grass quickly and keeps going. A nuthatch lands on the oak bark, freezes for a second, and leaves without coming down. There is food here. There is water here. So why are they watching from a distance? Birds rarely abandon a place for no reason. They read a backyard in small signs we barely notice. Where the feeder hangs, how exposed the lawn feels, whether the seed smells fresh, whether water has gone still, whether a cat has crossed the fence line too many times. To us, the yard may look peaceful. To them, it may have started sending a different message. This place is risky, useless, or unpredictable. And the unsettling part is that many of those signals come from ordinary habits done with good intentions, until one morning the feeder is full and the birds are gone. The first clue is often the place where the feeder hangs. A person puts it where it is easy to see, beside the kitchen window, at the center of the lawn, on a feeder pole where every cardinal and goldfinch will be perfectly visible. It makes sense from inside the house, but a bird does not judge the yard by the view. It judges the escape route. It checks the shrubs, the fence, the oak branches, the open air above, and the shadows below. A feeder in the middle of a bare green lawn can look less like a meal and more like a trap. Watch a black-capped chickadee when it approaches a safe feeder. It does not glide in lazily and settle down. It comes in stages. First, a branch, then a lower twig, then the pole, then one fast grab of seed, then back to cover. That little back and forth is not nervousness for nothing. It is how small birds stay alive. If there is no shrub nearby, no brushy edge, no tree branch close enough for a quick retreat, the bird may never finish the trip. It may sit in a distant shrub, looking straight at the seed, and still refuse to cross the open space. And here many people misread the silence. They think the birds do not like the feeder. The feeder may be fine. The location is what feels wrong. But moving it too close to dense cover can also create trouble, because a cat can hide under low branches or behind a thick bush. The safer place is usually near cover, not buried inside it. Close enough for chickadees, finches, and nuthatches to escape, open enough that they can see danger before it reaches them. Shift the feeder a few yards, and the whole yard changes shape in a bird's mind. The same seed can suddenly look possible again. Sometimes the feeder is in a decent place, and still the birds keep their distance. The seed is there. The tube is full. The tray is not empty. But look closer at what is actually inside. A cheap seed mix can look generous to a human because it fills the feeder fast and costs less. To many backyard birds, it may be mostly waste. Hard pieces sit untouched. Filler seeds pile up below. House finches pick through it. Blue jays toss bits aside. The smaller birds wait, then leave, because the feeder has become noisy, messy, and not worth the risk. Breadcrumbs and table scraps create another problem. They feel like kindness because they are familiar, and a few bold birds may grab them. But familiar food is not always useful food. A chickadee looking for energy in cold weather, a goldfinch searching for the right seed, or a downy woodpecker checking a suet cage is not helped by a feeder packed with random leftovers. The yard may look stocked, but to the birds that used to visit, it has quietly stopped offering what they came for. There is one detail almost nobody notices at first. The birds that remain can change the whole mood of the feeder. If only the largest or most pushy visitors can use what is offered, the smaller birds begin treating the place differently. A crow on the fence, a jay dropping hard seeds, finches crowding the tray. None of this is wrong by itself, but it can make a timid cardinal or chickadee wait longer in cover, and every extra second in the open costs energy. Better seed does not mean filling the feeder with fancy-looking mix. It means choosing food that matches the birds in that yard. Cleaner seed, fewer fillers, fresh suet where woodpeckers visit, and no random scraps that turn the feeding station into a gamble. A feeder can look normal from the porch and still be the reason the birds stopped coming. The outside tube is hanging straight, the roof is still on. Seed is visible through the plastic. But at the bottom, where rain has worked its way in, there may be a dark layer of damp seed. Shells stick together. A sour smell rises when the lid opens. On the tray, old husks, droppings, and wet crumbs have formed a crust that no bird would mistake for a safe meal. From the window, it looks full. Up close, it looks tired. Birds notice that faster than we do. A house finch lands, pecks once, and backs away. A chickadee touches the perch and leaves without taking anything. A cardinal watches from the shrub line and never crosses the yard. This looks strangely calm from inside the house, but it is not calm to them. A dirty feeder can mean spoiled food, moldy seed, and contact with waste from other birds. The bird does not need to understand disease the way we explain it. It only needs to learn that this place feels wrong, tastes wrong, or has made other birds act uneasy. The same thing happens at the bird bath. Still water in a shallow basin can look harmless, especially if it reflects the sky. But after a few warm days, dust, leaves, droppings, and algae collect along the rim. Robins may approach, stop, and hop away. Goldfinches may land on the edge and then choose a puddle somewhere else. The fix is not dramatic. Empty the old water, scrub the basin, rinse the feeder parts, let them dry. Do not leave wet seed sitting in the bottom after rain. Fresh water, a clean tray, and seed that smells dry can make the yard feel usable again. A small drip or gentle moving water can also help because birds notice sound and motion. But the first step is simpler. Do not let a place meant to help become a place birds learn to avoid. The food may be good, the water fresh, the feeder clean, and still the yard can go quiet. Then the clue is usually movement, not constant movement. One repeated threat is enough. A cat crossing the top of the wooden fence at dawn. A dog rushing the feeder pole every time birds land. A person stepping out onto the porch too quickly, again and again, just as the birds begin to feed. After a while, the yard holds the memory of those interruptions. The seed remains, but the trust drains away. Picture a northern cardinal sitting deep in a shrub near the garden edge. It can see the feeder. It can see the black oil sunflower seed. It wants to come down. But below the feeder, the grass is open, and near the fence line a cat has passed through more than once. The cardinal waits. A chickadee darts in, then disappears. A nuthatch circles the oak trunk and does not commit. This is the moment when a bird risks the most. Not while eating, but while deciding whether the yard is safe enough to enter. No one has to blame the cat, the dog, or the person walking outside. These are ordinary parts of a household. But birds build patterns from ordinary things. If danger appears near the feeder often enough, they begin treating the whole area as unstable. The safer answer is to separate the feeding area from those sudden threats. Keep cats away from feeding spots. Do not place seed where a pet waits under the pole or where birds must feed low to the ground. Move the feeder where birds have a clear view and a quick route to shrubs or tree branches. Give them enough space that your normal porch routine does not feel like a chase. When the yard stops surprising them in the worst possible second, they may start testing it again from the edges. Noise does not have to be huge to change a bird's decision. A backyard can seem ordinary to us and still feel jumpy to a small bird. The door from the garage slams. A wind chime swings hard beside the feeder. Music comes from the porch one afternoon, then a power tool starts near the driveway the next morning. A dog barks at the fence every time a jay lands. None of these sounds are strange in a neighborhood, but when they happen right beside the feeding spot, the feeder becomes part of the disturbance. Birds can live near people. American robins hunt worms beside sidewalks. Crows watch traffic from light poles. And house finches nest near porch lights. They are not asking for a silent world. What they handle better is rhythm. A yard that has predictable sounds can become familiar. A yard that erupts without warning beside the feeder makes birds hesitate. A chickadee may still rush in for one seed, but it leaves faster. A goldfinch may circle once and keep going. The feeder stays full because visits become too short to matter. But at night, this works differently. The yard resets in darkness. A bright porch light, a clanging chime in the wind, or a barking dog at random hours can keep the whole place feeling exposed. By morning, the birds arrive, already cautious. The fix is not to freeze the household. It is to move the loudest, sharpest surprises away from the feeding zone. Hang wind chimes somewhere else. Avoid sudden activity right beside the feeder during the busiest feeding times. Let the corner near the shrubs stay boring, steady, almost forgettable. That is what many birds trust. Not perfect quiet, but a place that behaves the same way often enough for them to predict it. A perfect lawn can be strangely empty. The grass is cut low. Leaves are gone from under the shrubs. The garden edge is clean. The old brush pile has been hauled away. Dry stems are clipped, fallen twigs removed, and the whole backyard looks open and finished. From the porch, it may look cared for. To a bird, it can look like a room with no furniture, no doors, and nowhere to wait. This is where many yards lose birds without anyone noticing the moment it happened. The feeder still hangs in place, but the rest of the habitat has been thinned out around it. Chickadees need small branches to pause on before they commit. Cardinals often prefer cover close to the ground. Robins search leaf litter and damp soil. Nuthatches and downy woodpeckers work bark, limbs, and rough edges. When every leaf is removed and every corner is cleaned flat, the feeder becomes an isolated object in a plain space. A bird can eat there, maybe, but it cannot linger, hide, search, or recover. There is another quiet loss. Insects and natural seeds disappear when a yard is kept too sterile or treated too broadly with pesticides. Birds do not live on feeder seed alone. Even seed-eating birds use the surrounding yard as a map of shelter and food. The solution is small, not messy chaos. Leave some leaves under shrubs. Keep one brushy corner at the garden edge. Let a few native plants stand through part of the season. Avoid broad pesticide treatments that strip the yard of the tiny life birds come looking for. A single rough corner near an oak tree can change the whole feeling of the place. The feeder becomes part of a living yard again, not a lone target in the open. When a feeder is full and the birds are gone, the yard is saying something. Not in a dramatic way, more like a set of small warnings layered together. The feeder may be too exposed. The seed may be stale or poorly matched. The water may have gone still. A cat may have crossed the fence line too often. A dog may rush the lawn at the wrong moment. A wind chime may be clanging beside the perch. The shrubs may be gone, the leaves cleared away, the garden edge made so clean that nothing feels safe enough to use. Birds do not come only because food exists. They come when the whole place makes sense. A cardinal wants cover before it drops down. A chickadee wants a fast exit. A finch wants seed that is worth the trip. A robin wants water that looks fresh. A woodpecker wants a route back to bark and branches. Even a bold blue jay still watches the ground, the fence, the windows, and the movement near the porch. Every visit is a decision. Every empty morning means those decisions have started going somewhere else. But this is the hopeful part, and it is practical. You do not bring birds back by forcing the yard to perform. You bring them back by making the signals softer and safer. Move the feeder near cover, but not into a hiding place for predators. Use better seed. Clean the feeder before the bottom turns sour. Change the bird bath water. Keep cats away from feeding areas. Reduce sudden noise near the busiest perch. Leave a little leaf litter under shrubs and one brushy corner where small birds can vanish for a breath. Then watch the distant shrub. Watch the oak branch. Watch the fence line. The first bird may not rush in. It may pause, test, and wait.
That is how trust returns.
If you want more quiet backyard mysteries like this, subscribe, tap like, and press the bell so the next one does not slip past unnoticed.